So I don't know what's going on with my webcam. I'm having technical difficulties with this webcam. It just comes on and goes off now whenever it wants to. I don't know what the deal is. I was in the middle of my Sunday video update for this week, and apparently it just quit on me. I wasn't even a half hour into the show. So I figured I would come on real quick to do an encore presentation. I don't know how long this is going to last because the camera's being stupid and dumb as fuck. So today's date is Sunday, February 16th, 2025. This is a brand new live stream, which was supposed to originally air at 3 o'clock Eastern time. It's 25 to 4. So I would have had 25 minutes to go before I officially ended the stream. I got Dad joining me off camera. Amy's in the kitchen. So we're back again real quick. I don't know what the deal is. I'm having technical difficulties with the camera, and I'm going to try to get this sorted out as quickly as possible so I don't run into these same issues again next week. And I do apologize for the abrupt, interruption that wasn't planned. I didn't push any buttons. The camera just fucking stopped. So I might have to invest in probably a new camera. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with this thing. We were talking about Valentine's Day and how some people on Facebook were, kind of ruffled by a post I had written. Yeah, they had the feathers in a bunch, and I was in the middle of a thought, and then bloop, my camera quit, and the live stream was gone. So this is going to be a very quick Sunday video update. I don't know what our plans are for this week. It's still early. I don't know what's going on. We're all doing okay. Valentine's Day, we didn't do anything. Dad and Amy stayed home. I don't have a Valentine. I don't have a girlfriend. So obviously I didn't do anything. But the two of them were by themselves. Well, not by themselves. I was home, but they were in the kitchen doing their own thing, playing bingo on a tablet or whatever. What? I'm we're already friends on Facebook. I already sent her the link. I might have to resend it. Hold on. Cuz it's a new stream. I'm not going to be on very long anyway, so it's not going to matter. But I do apologize to those of you who were watching prior, and for some reason that I don't know what's going on, the camera just quit. I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing. It's a $50 webcam. I've had it for quite a long time, and I'm thinking it might be time for an upgrade. Or the computer might have some dust in the port where you plug in the stuff. I don't know what's going on. All I know is I'm frustrated because I'm having issues with my webcam, and I do apologize for the I'm gonna be here. Initially, I'd be here until 4 o'clock. I'm just gonna go until 4 o'clock. This is a brand new live stream. Welcome. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jared Bear. Today's date, again, Sunday, February 16th, 2025. Joining me off camera is my dad. Amy's in the kitchen. And I was doing okay, but now I'm a bit fucking frustrated because my camera wants to be stupid. And now I have to create another a thumbnail for this because the thumbnail that I already had designated for this live stream is now null and void because the camera quit. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. All I know is now I'm frustrated. I was doing good, and then the camera just stopped. So if I can make it for another 20 minutes, there's no guarantees. I will be here until 4 o'clock Eastern time. So you know what? I should probably just send her the link again anyway. The Fox Sunday Flashback is tonight at 7 o'clock on 103.9 The Fox. Make sure you check it out. Send in your requests, and I'll put another. And all the comments from Chewing My Toenail are gone. Chewing My Toenail is a guy who comes in here every week and leaves some gross but funny comments. What's that? Well, it just the stream is gone. The stream is gone. So I had to start this new one. Um, yeah, it's probably going to. Um, but I'm just frustrated that this camera is just going to start fucking up on me the way it is. Um, I don't know what the deal is. Now, see, it's showing when I go to my homepage, it's showing video update, encore presentation, Sunday, February 16, 2025. That's what I typed in. I don't know what the deal is with this camera. It, I'm just not sure. Now, I've got next week's Sunday video update slated and scheduled for the 23rd. So hopefully, before then, I can find out what's going on and I can pinpoint the problem. And maybe next week we won't run into this issue to where my Sunday video was interrupted and um, it's vanished into oblivion. So hopefully, we can get this squared away. She's just gonna have to go back to my just go back to my YouTube. Just go back to my YouTube channel and watch the live. Watch the current live because I don't have a link for it. I don't know what's going on. I do apologize for those who are enjoying the show and suddenly it fucking went away on its own. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna hang. If the camera doesn't act stupid, I'm gonna be here until 4 o'clock, which I typically go from 3 o'clock until 4 o'clock. But now today, this week, I'm starting at 25 to 4, which I already went live at 3 o'clock. I tried to go live at 3 o'clock, but I didn't start until 3:03 because the camera wasn't being recognized by the computer. So something's up, and I'm gonna have to get down to the nitty gritty and figure out what the fuck is going on. Unless I go to 4:30, which I don't know if it's gonna last that long. Hopefully it will. 4:35 would be an hour, so I would still get the hour in. Yeah, you make a good point. If something happens to where the camera stops again for no apparent reason, I'm not gonna delete this stream, and I do apologize to Toenail because he left like 11 comments in the prior chat, and then my live stream just went to shit. So I'm back again, and I'm hoping that all of you have decided to rejoin. It wasn't done intentionally or purposely. I don't know what's going on with the camera today. Hopefully I won't run into that problem next week. I'm gonna have to figure out where that cord on my camera runs so I can see what I can do about that. Because I don't know. That's really frustrating to say the least. Maybe I can stick around until 4:30, but if the camera stops, then that's where it's gonna end. And I do apologize in advance if that should happen from now until 4:35. But I'm gonna try to get the hour in without the camera malfunctioning and being a douchebag. So once again, let's talk about Valentine's Day and how some people got pissed off, or maybe not pissed off, but they got their, I ruffled some feathers with a post I made on Facebook about um, women. All they want is the money, and if there wasn't some truth in that, so many people wouldn't have spoken up and engaged in damage control. Because as Dad, if you were watching the last live stream, Dad and I were already talking that, um, you know, Dad and Amy have been together for 20 years, and they they they're not together because Dad could wine and dine her. They loved each other. They still do. Money had nothing to do with the relationship, and yeah, that they and of course there's other juicy details that I'm not gonna fucking get into because it's not relevant. But what I was saying in the last live stream was, hey, look, um, I don't give a fuck about how much you love a person or how amazing your partner is. That's great for you. It's not great for me. It's not great for anybody else because we don't contribute to your relationship. That relationship is yours. It's not mine. It's not anyone else's but yours and the person you're with. And yeah, it's no one else's business. And that was the main point I was trying to make. Maybe I didn't start on the right foot in trying to explain my positioning on that. Excuse me. But some people spoke up in defense. Oh, he's a good provider and blah blah blah. And it's like, oh, so you married your sugar daddy. Okay. Good to know. So at least you're complicit with why you married the guy because he's got money and he can spoil you and buy you every little fucking thing you want because Miss Goody Two Shoes thinks she's got to have the best of everything. But there you go. Um, so that was the point of the post. Not to piss anybody off, but it was to say, hey, you know, a lot of women out there are shallow and they will marry you only for the money. If if that wasn't the case, and the people that the man that you're married to now, let's say tomorrow he loses everything. You still going to be with him? Are you still going to have the same feelings for him even if he's broke? Let's say he loses his job, he loses a car, he loses a house. If he has to pitch a tent down by the river, are you still going to be with him or are you going to leave him? That and no one can honestly answer that question because I think they know the truth. And the truth is they would be gone. Yeah, oh, I don't know. No, you do know, you just won't admit that you know. I'm not stupid. I wasn't born yesterday. But if anybody watching now can see me, please put a 1 in chat. I do sincerely apologize for the that interruption unknowing to anybody. I don't know why the camera did that. Um, and Amy said it booted her right out of the live stream, and so I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know what's going on. We didn't have a power failure here. No power failure. It's the technology. Something's up with the camera. I'm wondering if someone's hacking into my shit. Because I have YouTube, of course. I have this, I have Facebook, and I have Discord. So I'm wondering if maybe someone is accessing my shit from outside. I don't know. And apparently I'd never know. But yeah, now it's showing 5. Yeah, mine's showing that there's 5 people. So if that is the case, shame on you, you coward piece of shit for hacking into my shit. But I can't prove it either way. So I can't say yay or nay on that. But I made the point about Valentine's Day. That was basically what I was talking about before I was rudely interrupted by a camera that just decided to stop working on its own. It's got a mind of its own. Reminds me of my GoPro. I could be in the middle of recording a video and bloop, just shuts off by itself. Why? Like, what the fuck? Amy put a heart in the chat, so I know she can see this. Anybody else who can see this, if you're watching this, put a 1 in chat and let me know if you can see this or not. Okay, 3 people, 2 people. The viewership is going down. Yeah, because I'm so boring that I don't talk about anything interesting. But yet, here you are. You're watching me. Yep, down to 2. So if it happens again where the camera suddenly stops, then that's going to be it for today, for this week. But we are all doing okay. we had an interesting week last week, and if you're new here to my channel, welcome. Basically what I do is I talk about the week in review, the prior week in review, and kind of discuss some things and share with everybody how my week was. And I prefer to do a live stream as opposed to pre-recording everything, which is how I used to do it, because I could go through and edit. Where this live stream, you know, everything you see happening before you now is happening in real time. So I asked Dad how his week was. He said it was interesting. Amy said her week was interesting, and of course, mine was interesting as well, considering we all live in the same house and we all experience the same things pretty much. Um, yeah, Amy's in a boot, um, in a like a not a prosthetic. Um, it's like it's like a snowmobile boot. It's like a brace kind of a boot, not a prosthetic. Um, it's a boot. She's got tendonitis, I think. Isn't that right? Uh, but if physical therapy doesn't work, they're going to have to go and do surgery, she says, for those of you who couldn't hear that. But we are, for the most part, we're doing okay. We still don't have water, and we're borrowing water from people and using water jugs, and using that to cook food and make coffee and bathe. I took a sponge bath, huh? Yeah, we improvise. That's what we do. I've been taking sponge baths with snow, where I'm melting snow on the stovetop and putting it in the middle of the tub and just scrubbing myself down. And yeah, we don't get yellow snow or brown snow, but we improvise. We do what we have to do, and that's what I've been doing. I was born to improvise, and I will continue to improvise. Yeah, we know how to survive when the going gets tough. But that's what we do. Dad made an awesome homemade chicken noodle soup last night, and I've had, I think, 4 bowls, and there's still some left, and I might eat the rest of it, but I don't know yet. I don't want to eat it out from underneath you guys, because you might be hungry, and I don't want to take away anything. So I started at 3:35. I might go until 4:35 if the camera doesn't act stupid. If it lets me. Now, if all of a sudden it quits, then that's going to be the show for the day or for the week. And I will try to have whatever problems fixed by next week. But I'm here now. I thank you all for coming in and watching, and I do apologize for I don't know what's going on. The camera is it's the technology. There's all kinds of updates and stuff going on, and I probably have to update something on the camera. I don't know, like the latest version of whatever. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. But for the time being, I'm here and you're here, and I appreciate y'all being here. Now there's only one viewer. Everybody went away. Oh well, bye. It'll be here when I'm done. Um so what did I want to talk about this week? Well, I pretty much covered what I wanted to talk about, which was Valentine's Day and how people are, especially, and it's not me hating on women. I don't hate women. I'm not anti-woman. I'm anti-bullshit. And I get so fed up with all of the damage control. When you have a guy who's going to call you out on your bullshit, and then you're going to lie and say, well, I didn't marry him for the money. But if I ask you the question, the ultimatum, what if your husband or boyfriend, whatever, lost his job? What if he lost his only source of income? And then he lost the house and he lost the car. And now he can't afford to have your nails done 3 times a fucking week, or however many nail and hair appointments you have. He can't spoil you anymore. You're going to leave him? And that is a question, and no one can honestly answer that question because they know they'll look like shallow motherfuckers if they do. And so that really right there says more than actual words. "Oh, he's a good provider," and yes, he provides, he spoils you. Okay, cool. Um, and I think a friend of mine, excuse me, I think a friend of mine recently got engaged, and it's like, I hope you know what you're doing. I really hope you know what you're doing. Um, don't, I and I wanna tell her because she hasn't responded to me yet, and I've been kinda watching my messages, and I asked her, I said, "Did he propose to you?" And she hasn't said anything yet. Not that I'm aware. Let me see here. No, she hasn't replied. I just don't want her to, because I look out for her a lot. She looks up to me like a brother, and so I'm gonna give you advice as a big brother should, and that is don't do something you're gonna fucking regret later. Um, Live a little bit before you decide to make decisions that will ultimately change your life. Um, I don't care how much money he has. I don't care how cute you think he is. That was another point that I tried to make, in that Facebook post that I put there. Now, you think your partner is everything, and you should if you're with that person. But the people on the outside, your friends who in no way contribute to your relationship or your marriage or whatever, they should not give a fuck. They should care about the happiness you feel from your relationship. But if you're gonna brag about the person you're with, we don't care, or at least I don't care. I'm not the one making that happen. I'm not the one contributing to your happiness. I'm not the one contributing to the growth of your relationship. That's between you and the person you're with. And I think that was one of the things I tried to point out in that quick video I posted yesterday called Relationship Bragging on social media. Make sure you go and check it out. Um, I'm not contributing to your relationship, so I could not give a fuck less what your partner does. Oh, let me tell you how amazing this person. I don't care. I promise you, I don't care, and I mean that in the nicest way possible. I know a lot of people would take offense to that, um, and it's not to be mean spirited. It is to say, I don't care that you think. I mean, it's okay for you to care because it's your partner. It's your life partner or whatever the fuck you wanna call it. But as far as me giving a fuck, I don't, because I'm not the one contributing to your relationship. I didn't pair you up with with this person, and even if I did, it's none of my business. I don't care. And I think a lot of people, especially women, it's not men, it's never the men who comment, it's the women. And I'm thinking they got offended by that because they wouldn't have commented otherwise. I always welcome people to comment on my Facebook, my friends especially, leave your thoughts, share your thoughts. We can exchange opinion back and forth. But when I ask a question, don't avoid it. Just answer it honestly. And don't put on this show and don't engage in damage control. Just be honest and tell me if your husband or boyfriend or whatever lost everything in an hour, would you still be with that person? And if the answer is no, which you're not going to admit to that because you're going to make yourself look foolish, then I can understand the damage control. And a lot of and it's the women who comment, because if I didn't strike a nerve, if I didn't stumble on something, people wouldn't have gotten so, defensive over the post. Um, because I wasn't making an attack. Basically, I was saying I don't wanna be bragged about. I don't want my woman bragging about me. I'm nothing special. I'm not better than the next guy. I'm not lesser than the next guy. I'm just like anybody else, and I'm in love with somebody, and the only person I'm trying to get validation from is the person I'm with. No one else matters at this point. When it comes to the validation and the happiness that I get from my partner, the opinions and the validation from my friends around me, that becomes irrelevant. And so I don't understand why women brag so much about the men that they're with, other than, well, we show them off because we're something we're proud of. Yes, you're proud because you scored a sucker. There's a sucker born every minute. The nature of a man is they will do anything to get in those pants. We will. That's just the nature of men. We will do anything to get in your pants. That is the truth. We're animals like that. Men are animals. That's our nature. We are animals like that. We will do anything to get in there. Anything. And it's a give and a take. A man will do anything to get in there, and a woman's going to do anything to get the money. So it's kind of a give and take if you're that kind of a person. Now, Dad and Amy, like I said, I don't know the dynamics of the relationship that they have, other than I know they love each other, and that's all I need to know. Anything else is none of my business. How they make each other happy, and what they do for each other. That's none of my concern. Although I live here in the same house, it's none of my business. None of that concerns me. We all just live together, and we share, we go in on the expenses. Now, if I have a woman and, I don't want to get into the juicy details of my relationship with these two, because whatever goes on between me and my girlfriend is sacred. What we do is what we do. That's private. We don't discuss that openly, and I don't expect her to brag about me, and I'm not going to brag about her. I don't need validation from anybody else, just her. That's it. And so I think my post may have been taken out of context, and it may very well been the way that I explained it, or the angle of which I had taken to come at the topic in the post. Um, so I did apologize to a couple of people. It's like, well, I wasn't trying to offend you. That wasn't my take. That wasn't my goal. However, on the same, the opposite side of that coin, if it didn't strike a nerve, you wouldn't have commented. So there's got to be some truth in there. So anyway, I think I've made my point, and I've overcompensated on my thoughts, just like women overcompensate, excuse me, on their relationships. Because if you have to come on Facebook to tell everybody how great your relationship is, chances are good that your relationship is not as ideal as you want people to think it is. You believe this yourself for the reinforcement, and then you try to get that reinforcement out of everybody else. I don't give a fuck how great your man is. I couldn't be bothered to know. I couldn't care less. That's your relationship. It ain't got shit to do with me. But these women feel so inclined to brag, and I'm thinking to myself, so you managed to snooker your luxurious lifestyle from this guy who was slaving away at a job, breaking his back to make you happy? You call that love? No, no, I don't call that love. Love is when you're with somebody regardless of what they have. It doesn't matter if they have it all or if they don't have it at all. That's what love is. You love somebody irrespective of what they have. The wedding vows, for richer or poor, well, you're definitely there for the richer part, but what if they lose it all when they go poor? You still going to be there? I guarantee you won't. And I notice this a lot too. The women embrace, and this is, again, this is not an attack on women. This is not a slight on women. I'm not anti-woman. But a lot of the time these women will claim victimization. They embrace victimization when they, well, my man was a jerk and he didn't treat me good. Why don't you just say that you couldn't get what you wanted from him? He couldn't provide for you. He couldn't spoil you anymore. So instead of admitting that he couldn't spoil you anymore, you come up with some bullshit story and say, well, he was just not my guy, or he treated me like crap. I can almost guarantee that they didn't treat you like crap. They got fed up with being your sugar daddy supplier for every little fucking thing you whine for. That's what happened. They didn't treat you like crap, and they're not bad guys. Even men have their limits. It's like, I'm done paying for you. And anytime, anytime someone gets married or they announce that they have a kid, the only thing that comes to my mind is, boy, she's got you right by the fucking balls, because now if she wants to leave you, she can rack you for child support easily. Dad's pouring me some Pepsi. Thank you, Dad. And that's the only thing that comes to mind is, God, now she's going to rack you for child support. Should she decide to walk out and take the kid, now you're going to be stuck paying child support. She's got you right by the ass. She saw you as a meal ticket. You took the bait, and now you're stuck because now she's going to sock it to you. And that's why I'm single. I think too much about these things. It's not to deter people from falling in love, but I've seen this happen one too many times. My mom and dad were married for 20 years before things went south. And I see the way my brother is with women he's been with. And my older brother, Wayne, he and his girlfriend have been together for 20 years, at least about maybe 21, 22 years. 23 years. Wayne and Nora been together for 23 years. 2002. 23 years. Right? Okay, 23 years. I stand corrected. 23 years. That's the longest relationship in this family, I think, is my brother Wayne and Nora. They've been together for 23 years. And they've been together all this time. With the other brother, he just goes from woman to woman to woman to woman. The one he's with now is just nothing but trouble and dragging him down, but we won't get into that. But I'm the only one who doesn't have anybody. And I think it's because I think with this head and not that head down there. I would rather think with the right head and keep myself out of trouble, both with the law and financially keep myself out of trouble. But yesterday was Singles Awareness Day, is what they call February 15th. The day after Valentine's Day is Singles Awareness Day. I'm aware every fucking day. Okay. I know this every single day that I'm single. I don't need a day to remind me. Just like yesterday was International Childhood Cancer Day. I am very well aware that I had cancer as a child, and I'm very well aware that other children have cancer or have had cancer, and the results are either favorable or not. I'm very aware. I don't know who comes up with this shit, but you can come up with all the special days you want. I'm always going to know. Childhood cancer awareness. They designate September for that. And March starting next week, is Kidney Cancer Awareness Month. Imagine that. I was diagnosed in March Kidney Cancer Awareness Month. I had kidney cancer. And then my treatment ended in September, which is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. I can't make it up. Seems we're talking about days being designated. And I'm watching the second Rambo right now. I'm kind of just glancing over to the TV. This is the movie that I like because Rambo hides in the mud and all you can see are his eyeballs. And that guy bought the farm. He stabbed him right in the chest. It's a good movie. The first Rambo was when he was walking through the town and that cop was being a dick and ran him out or tried to. Yeah, and he just wanted something to eat, and that cop was being a prick about it. And Brian Dennehy, I think, was the actor's name who played Teasel in the first one, but he passed away. Brian Dennehy died. Let's see when he died, because I really have nothing else to talk about, so I'm just gonna talk about other random shit. He died in 2020. He was born July 9th, 1938, and died April 15th, 2020. But Brian Dennehy was Teasel in the first Rambo. He died from sepsis, cardiac arrest due to sepsis in New Haven, Connecticut. He was survived by his wife and his 5 children. No, sepsis, Dad, sepsis. It's not anything to do sexually. But yeah. So this week, I don't know what my plans are going to be. If the weather doesn't improve, I don't know. Probably going to hang here at the house. I don't even think I'm going out to Pine Run tomorrow. I'm not going to have the money this week. Maybe next week. But yeah, so I used up most of this live stream talking about Valentine's Day and no, no one else is in. Well, there's a couple people now. It shows 2 people are watching, but yeah, I'm not here to attack women. I'm not here to make women look bad. I'm just relaying my observations by how women behave and the actions and the damage control because they don't want to look bad. God forbid they look bad. But when you lie and when you try to cover up the truth with a lie, it doesn't reflect your credibility. Not just as a suitor, but as a person. When you're gonna lie to cover up what you really feel. Finding someone who can really and truly love in the ways that I've described, that's rare. That almost never happens. And I mean like a real love, kind of a love, where a woman will love and accept me for me. If I can't give her the world, she might look at it as, well, you are my world and that's all I need. Great. I'm okay with that. I mean, I'm not the greatest looking guy in the world, but she may look beyond that and she might say, I don't care how you look. You treat me good. I love your personality. You're a good person. That's all I care about. That's enough for me to fall in love with you. I don't care if you have everything or nothing at all. I love your personality. Well, they want the bad boys or they want the rich and, well-to-do people who can spoil them with every little fucking thing they whine for, which is what happens most of the time. And when I mention this, people are like, "Well, Jared, you're just a womanizer. You're anti-woman." No, I'm not. I'm relaying the observations that I witness. I feel a sneeze coming. Well, we managed to make it past the other live stream. I just hope I didn't jinx myself. But no, I don't hate women. I love women and I respect women, and I'd respect them more if they were just fucking honest with what they really feel. Um, well, my husband, he's a good provider. A provider of what? Luxury?
I got a brand new house, new cars.
Yeah.
I
I
can buy
mean,
anything I want. Blah blah. Yeah, who gives a fuck? Who gives a rat's ass?
yeah.
And I hate it when people fucking bragging and oh, I got this, or I bought this
Yeah.
for my wife or my girlfriend. Oh,
Yeah.
look at, I got this cheap or
Yep.
bragging shit. Oh, fuck that. You know what? So what? And it puts
Yeah.
you in debt too, didn't it, buddy?
Yeah. They brag about their luxurious lifestyle, but um how much damage did it do to your finances?
I feel bad for the man. He's
Yeah.
like fucking, man, now I gotta work till I'm dead
Yeah. Just to pay it off.
to pay your ass off.
So it sounds like someone who's really pussy whipped.
And you know, that's like a woman when you divorce them, they get everything. They get
Yeah.
clothes, they get
Well, that's what I was saying earlier is these people who get so excited about marriage and having kids. It's like, dude, she's really got you by the fucking gonads. She's got you right by the balls because if she leaves and takes the kid, you're going to be paying child support.
Yep.
Not to mention alimony if she wants to hit you where it really fucking hurts.
She gets half the house,
Yeah.
or the house is hers too. So
Yeah.
when you sell it, she gets half the money.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay for your kids' medical bill.
And yeah, then you got to pay half of the kids' medical bills or fully pay the medical bills.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and,
she
and
gets any kind of welfare, you got to pay welfare back. And she
yeah,
don't, you do.
yeah, and you get taken to the cleaners and child support from the front of the court. Then if you don't make payments, then the front of the court issues a warrant and they come and pick your ass up. Um, and you know these people who do these polls, like these studies, they can't understand why fewer people want to have kids and get married. That is the reason. Everything that we've just outlined, those are the reasons why. It's fucking scary. I don't, I would love to find the right person. If I decide that I really want to go through with this and forward and want to find someone to love me unconditionally, truly unconditionally, but at the same time, people's feelings change. You can love someone today and be all head over heels in love with these people,
Tomorrow,
and tomorrow when you stop giving them everything they bitch for,
they'll hand you a divorce paper.
well, I want a divorce and I want out of this marriage. I mean, I've seen this on YouTube. I don't know if they say these things because a camera is pointed in their face, but I've seen these videos where women they when they get interviewed on the kind of man they're looking for, they say, "I want a guy who can make 6 digits."
It's almost,
So, not everybody in the world makes 6
it's
digits.
just like, dude, the Johnny Cash movie where she says, I want everything you promised me.
Yeah.
What if I can't?
Yeah, what if I can't do that?
She leaves.
And then she walks away.
She walks out on you.
Yeah.
So,
I thought marriage was for richer or poor. I mean, yeah, you got sickness and health and all that other stuff, but for richer or poor, it should be that. Instead of focusing so much on the rich, why don't you also consider the possibility of the poor? There are no guarantees.
I've spent all my life,
So have I.
most of my life. But
Yeah.
not what I have, I work for it.
Yeah. And
Earned it.
and in my situation, yeah, it does get lonely sometimes not having a woman in my life, a special person.
You got your sister.
But then, no, I'm being serious. But then I think I'm dodging a bullet here because if my life solely depended on having a person in my life constantly, I would probably have more problems than I could handle, than I would really truly want to deal with. And I, and it's like if I was to date a woman who had kids from a previous relationship, that is a level of complexity that I personally wouldn't want to deal with, because then now there's the baby daddy involved if he's still alive, and then there's, I'm the other guy, and yeah, it's like I don't want to deal with all of that. I don't want to deal with all of that shit. I just don't. It's more than I really want to deal with. Even if it's a single woman without kids, well, this is what I want from a man, and blah 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 blah. You got to check all the boxes. It's like, get the fuck out of here with your expectations, huh? Yeah, you got the wrong dude. Or then they'll say, well, you're not really a man after all. No, I'm a man. I'm a man. It's just I'm not ready to take care of a little girl. I'm not your fucking dad. You know? Um that's just the way it is. But I've harped on that quite a bit. But it's true. I mean, and Valentine's Day is just it's a Hallmark holiday. It's a greeting card holiday. Dad and Amy, they don't make a big deal about it. They buy each other chocolate. I mean, they go to the fucking dollar store, get a heart-shaped box of chocolate, and then they share it with me. And then they all share it with me. It's like what the fuck? Yeah, she'll get one. Amy will get one for all three of us, and it's like, Amy, don't worry about me. I'm okay on Valentine's Day. I don't expect it. But I like chocolate candy. Yeah, sure. I like the little chocolate. What do they call them? Like the chocolate covered cherries. Those are good. Um, but yeah. I mean, I like chocolate once in a while. I don't eat a lot of it, but I enjoy chocolate on occasion. But I don't expect anything. See, I don't expect Dad and Amy to go out of their way because I'm single to make me feel like I'm a part of something. I don't care if I'm a part of Valentine's Day. Fuck Valentine's Day, as far as I care. It's it's just people who brag about being spoiled by the people they're with. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Oh, he gave me flowers and chocolate. And then they cry about it. Like, you're going to cry over a heart shaped box of. Holy Christ. I don't even cry over chocolate. Although, if I haven't had candy in quite a while, I look at the Snickers and I'm like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. I missed you. But I don't even do that. I don't even do that. It's like, oh my fucking God. Are you really going to make a big deal about that? Yeah. It's like, oh my God, grow up. Grow up. Nobody cares about how spoiled you get. Nobody cares.
Stuff like that. That was cool.
Yeah, we used to fill out the Valentine cards and
Back in school days.
yeah. We used to do that in school quite a bit where like we would have to figure out, like, they would send us home with a list of all the students in the class. And then we would have to count them, figure out, okay, let's buy a box of Valentine's cards. Hopefully it'll accommodate each of the other kids. But there were boys given to boys and girls given to girls, and it's not, it's not. See, the thing about Valentine's Day in that regard is that these are children and they're not thinking of it as a marriage proposal. They're not supposed to. They're kids. And it's a friendly gesture. There's nothing inappropriate about it. But the adults, on the other hand, they just take this so fucking far. Oh, well, look at what my husband got me a new BMW, and I don't care.
If you buy somebody say, you get married
Yeah.
and you buy them candy.
Yeah.
They're all excited. Well, shit, they didn't get that excited when we got married. Now they're getting all excited about some candy.
Right. Right. If you're gonna get this excited over a box of candy, that could have been the fucking honeymoon gift. Is a box of candy. You're gonna get that emotional over flowers and a box of candy? Get the fuck out of here. You know. I just roll my eyes at the whole thing. It's a mess. And the way people act on social media over being spoiled and oh, my husband's a great provider. So he's a sugar daddy, is what you're saying. Well, that's bravo. Good for you.
After Valentine's Day, it's the time to get your girlfriend some chocolate.
Yeah. I mean, you managed to weasel all this luxurious shit from some poor guy who's slaving away at his job all week long, breaking his back, and you managed to weasel a new house, a new car. Good for you. Good for you. You know, I'm not impressed. I am not impressed at all. That guy was in Beverly Hills Cop, wasn't he? Oh, they're fucking up Sly Stallone bad.
Took a knife and took a leech off him.
Scraped the leech off him with a knife. Ugh. What is that? Mud or shit?
Shit. Big shit.
Ugh.
I found out the leeches were on him.
Ugh. It's like you guys, you could shower him off, spray him off, or something. Ugh. Nasty. But hey, we managed to make it. This time, I don't know what happened with the camera malfunctioning the way it did, but that's okay. We're back on. So again, this week, I don't know what my plans are. I don't know. We paid property taxes last week, so our winter taxes are caught up. And $740 went to property taxes. But we're not losing the house, which, you know, I'm not sleeping in the cold. So if things go right and the technology doesn't shit the bed, I will be back next week at 3:00 on the regular scheduled time that I have this program for. I just hope the camera will work. And I don't know. Josh and Allison, if they're here. Now, Allison, I don't know if she's subscribed to my channel, but in order to comment in my chat, you have to be subscribed for at least a week, not 2 weeks. And it doesn't cost you anything. It's a free subscription. But excuse me, Barkley, I'm speaking. You interrupted me over there? Come on. You don't it doesn't cost you anything to be subscribed to my channel. Subscriptions are always free. But you have to be subscribed for at least a week before you can comment in the chat. So it's not 2 weeks, it's just 1 week. Tomorrow is the Monday flashback. I don't know if I'm going to the out to Pine Run tomorrow. But tonight I will be listening to the Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards. My buddy Dan will be taking you on a time travel back to yesteryear, to the good old days of classic country, classic rock, and southern rock. And at your request, 1-810-230-9777. 1-810-230-9777. And 9777 spells out WRSR, which are the call letters for the station. Between 7 and 11 o'clock tonight, Dan will be on the air. Get your request in now, so that way he can, you can email him. It's flashback@classicfox.com, flashback@classicfox.com, or you can message the official Fox Sunday Flashback with Dan Richards Facebook page. and he will take your request down, or he'll just keep them stored in the in the email or the page or messages or whatever, and he will play whatever you want to hear. But it has to fit the criteria of the show, unlike We Are the World that Amy wanted to hear. And before I forget, a correction from last week. We mentioned something about who discovered or invented electricity. It wasn't Albert Einstein. It was actually Ben Franklin. Ben Franklin discovered electricity. It wasn't Alfred Hitchcock either, Amy. It was he didn't discover electricity. Ben Franklin discovered electricity. Actually, I can Google it right now. You said Albert Einstein. What did Albert Einstein invent? Is most well known for his theory of relativity, which includes the famous equation E equals mc squared. He is credited with explaining the photoelectric effect in his work, also contributed to the understanding of Brownian motion and laid the groundwork for the concept of the Bose-Einstein condensate. However, he did not invent a specific device or gadget in his traditional sense. So, who discovered? Barky, you didn't discover electricity. Now hush up over there. Who discovered electricity? Many people contributed to the discovery of electricity, including Benjamin Franklin, Alessandro Volta, Michael Faraday, Nikola Tesla, and Thomas Edison. Einstein did not. American polymath Benjamin Franklin is most credited for discovering electricity in 1752. In an experiment, he attached a wire to a kite in a thunderstorm, which showed that lightning consists of electricity. Nope. Ben Franklin. And we are down to the last 2 minutes of the Sunday video update. We are running late this week due to technical difficulties. I was consistent and I didn't give up. Any final words?
No, just stay warm. Stay warm out there. Check on your neighbors, make sure they're okay.
Amy?
Peace out, be safe. And if you don't have to go on the roads, don't.
Peace out, be safe, and if you don't have to go on the roads, don't. That's a bold statement. And go watch Alfred Hitchcock. He invented electricity. Go watch the birds. Anyway, we are out this week on this late edition of the Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller, aka the Jerry Bear. I will be back next week if technology allows. I will be back next week at 3 o'clock Eastern time, and next week is the 23rd. Mail does not run tomorrow. Tomorrow is President's Day. No mail delivery. All federal office buildings will be closed tomorrow. No mail delivery, no bank, Social Security administrations, all that stuff will be closed tomorrow. So you have an extended weekend. And I will be back next week with the new edition of the Sunday video update. Hopefully, no technical errors will occur. So, we got about a minute. I love y'all, and I got to go blow my nose because I'm a little stuffed after sneezing. I got to blow my nose. Yes, I do. Yes.
Hell no.
Yes, I do.
Hell no.
Yes, I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Hell no.
Yep.
Hell no.
I have to, Bart.
Hell no. Hell no.
Say hell no. Say hell no.
Hell no.
Say it. Come on. Say it, Bart.
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Well, okay, guys. I'm out. I'll see you next week. Take care. Yeah, I gotta go, Bart. So, bye bye.